Hey folks, Todd Coburn here, and this video is on helping you to master engineering classes. You might ask yourself, how can I master these classes that I'm taking? And it's all about food. In my Rate My Professor ratings, I have a number of glowing accolades and some people that are not that happy based on mostly the grades they got. But one common thread is folks that say, I learned so much and my grade doesn't reflect what I learned. Of course, in engineering, just knowing things is not sufficient. You also need to be able to apply them in a meaningful way. So it's both learning and applying. So really the question is, if we're attending classes, in my classes I tell my students, you can't help but learn in my class. However, learning is not enough. How do you take that learning, what feels like you understand, and turn it into understanding that you can apply? And it's all about food. Imagine you go to a smorgasbord of food with everything you could possibly like. You take a taco, it's steaming hot, you take a bite, you savor it in your mouth as you chew it, and then you spit that puppy out. And then you take an enchilada and you taste that, and oh my gosh, the flavor, and then you spit that out. And then you take a big old honkin' calzone, stuff that puppy in your mouth, and you ruminate on the flavor. And then you spit that out. And then you grab a ice cream and you scoop some of that in your mouth and whatever else. Each thing in our mouth tastes so good and we spit it out. The problem is, while we are experiencing all the flavors of this wonderful food, we haven't gotten any nutrition into our system. Because in order to get nutrition in your system, you have to swallow. It is not sufficient to put the food in your mouth to taste the food. To chew the food, you have to swallow the food to get the nutrition. In an engineering curriculum, homework is like swallowing. That's where you take the flavor of the concept that is running across your tongue and being chewed by your teeth, and you push it down to your body to be absorbed into understanding. Homework, unless you sweat and bleed on your homework, you have not gained any nutrition to make your mind ripped with muscles that will help you to apply this when you need it. So if you want to master an engineering curriculum, pay attention in the lecture. It's like the flavor of the food. It's the part that's fun, where you taste all these flavors of wonderful concepts that can make you great. And then you need to swallow each one by doing your homework, studying your homework diligently. The earlier the better, while the flavor is still in your mouth. If you've ever eaten food that's pre-chewed, you probably know that's not such a great experience. If you chew the food and leave it sit in your mouth for 3 days before swallowing, it's not going to be fun to swallow. In the same way, if you want to get the most benefit out of swallowing your food and enjoy it the most, what you need to do is do your homework as soon as the lecture is over. As soon as it's feasibly possible, you get the lecture. It's where you're tasting the concept. And then you swallow that by doing your homework. This is how to master an engineering curriculum. If you can master this principle, you will become great in engineering. Best of luck. Enjoy.